It's in my first.
Welcome to another episode of a Wild Time podcast. Guys, thank you for joining in once again. Listen, do yourself a favor. If you have not yet done it, please go hit the subscribe and like button. We have had some great conversations with people from the horror world, mixed martial arts, professional wrestling. This is just like a big variety show. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. Since it's October, and I have been very blessed and fortunate, and lucky so, tonight I figured it'd be better to have two ghoulish guests than just one. So please help me introduce and give a big welcome to Jason Brooks, director, and Jason Voorhees from Vengeance, Bloodlines, and the beautiful and iconic Darcy, Demoss, Camp Blood alumni, and making a return to this franchise, which Jason has pounded. I mean, it's almost iconic. It's not iconic. It's almost ironic that Jason 6, the way he was revived with the lightning bolt to the chest, it's almost like Jason Brooks has done this with this spin. I don't know how to explain it, but I love it. I'll say that. The original
What's not to love? Come on.
That's it. I mean, it's everything that a Friday the 13th fan had been denied for a long time. If that makes sense, these great storylines that you're continuing with, from having Elias, CJ play Elias, which is I mean, my goodness, how do you not? I mean, it's like having Gunnar Hansen come back for the Texas Chainsaw 3D and be Boss Sawyer. I mean, you have Tommy Jarvis's daughter. I mean, that first one leads into what's coming out, Vengeance 2. Guys, I'll shut up. Tell me how you've been doing.
I've been doing all right. How about you?
Man, it has been an anxious day. Every time I do one of these shows, I get nervous something's going to mess up. I'm going to mess it up. But everyth's rocking.
I'm going to mess it up. So don't worry. I'll take charge.
Oh, go right ahead. So we've got Vengeance 2 on its way. I was going to ask you, Jason, the first thing that, you played Jason Voorhees in the first one. Now you are the director, and you're playing Jason Voorhees both. Tell me a little bit how much pressure that puts on you, dude.
Oh, it's so much pressure. Writing, directing, playing Jason, doing all the things. It's a lot of pressure to follow up from the first one, which was such a success. But I had a really good team, really good support. Cody Newton behind the camera, being the director of photography, he picked up where I had to leave off, and I think he did a really good job. So I had a really good team to support me.
That's for sure.
You had you also got Tamara Glenn in this one, also from Halloween 5 and Terrifier 2. And Darcy, I'm just amazed. By the way, you did win the Wild Time Podcast Best Friday Final Girl, which wasn't final, but we did a little bit of a poll at Bar Lincoln.
Well, you weren't final in part 6, so I guess you you survived.
That's right.
You survived.
I did survive. I actually thank you for that. I never thought about it that way.
But yes, we're really excited. We've been talking about how well Vengeance had been received. I mean, the first one was like, everything about it was so, it's almost like there's a huge budget, although there wouldn't. I mean, everything about it was screamed Hollywood big movie. I loved it.
Thank you.
The way you portrayed Jason was so much of a tribute. I don't know if it seemed like it was a huge tribute to C.J. Graham's Jason, which I know that it's a continuation, but you knocked it out of the park, dude. I mean, you really channeled, grand slam, Darcy. An absolute home run, man. I mean, wonderful job.
So much. Thank you very much. I was just talking about this with Darcy just before we started this, talking about how Steve Dash talked to me about that and told me to be my own Jason, because I've been researching all the other Jasons so much. So I collected all the pieces that I like from all the different Jason people who portrayed them and made it my own. So I really, really appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, man. You did a wonderful job at that. I mean, the way your posture was, the way you stalked, I mean, it was all so much of CJ. But you also, like you said, man, you got to put your own stamp on it, and that's why anybody that yes, boom, and that any guy that gets to portray a hero, which I'm assuming Jason Voorhees was probably a guy that you looked up to in a weird way, like I'd say I would Leatherface. I'm a huge Texas Chainsaw fan. To imagine getting to play that character, you get to, like you said, pick all the parts from your favorite ones, add it together, but put your own spin on things, and I think that's pretty cool. And you did an amazing job, dude.
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
Darcy, tell us a little bit what's been up since your head got slammed through that RV thing. I mean, how's it been going? Because let me tell you something, you have aged in reverse. I mean, I'm just telling you right up.
Well, thank
Beautiful.
you.
Benjamin Button Part 2.
Yeah. I've been a busy girl. I've been still working and remodeling a home and just, living life and enjoying it to its fullest. Lots of travel. I got into photography. I've been to Africa 7 times. So I became a wildlife photographer, and I've been in galleries in Hollywood and Studio City and London. So I'm super grateful.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a heck of a time. Africa 7 times. So, I mean, are you out there amongst the wild animals? And
as Mother Nature intended them to be, yes.
That is awesome. I couldn't imagine being that close to a lion or something like that. But, you were maybe you get on the Discovery Channel and have your own show on there. Who knows before long? That'd be pretty cool.
Lips to God's ears.
I love that. Let's do it. Make it happen.
So how is CJ as Elias in this? I mean, is he taking the role onto the next level? I mean, is he going deeper into the story of Jason's father in this one?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. CJ has a much bigger role in this film. There's a couple of storylines in this one, and that's one of the major ones, is really kind of delving into his character and the relationship there, why he's showing up after 30 years. So he really did a good job in this. We didn't get to take advantage of him as much as we wanted to in the first one, but we really...
He's fabulous.
Yeah, he's fabulous. It's great.
Wait till you see this film. Fasten your seatbelts, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Wow, I like that. Hey, listen, man, I wish you guys were coming to Lexington for Scarefest, because that's going to be a great time, and we'd love to see you all there. But
just request us.
I'm going to put in some words. There's a few guys. I mean, they're doing a Friday the 13th Part 3 mini reunion. Richard Brooker passed away, and that's a shame, because he was always one of my favorite. He may be my favorite, Jace. I mean, personally, he was I don't know, man, just something about Part 3. I love Part 6, obviously, is like the funnest Friday. I always say, man, it's just like, when you're in high school, I don't care. We were 2001. And we would rent that movie every weekend. That one, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream. I mean, that was the ones you got, man, when you went to the video store. But like I said, you hit a home run. Oh yeah, man. I've got a 11 or 12-year-old son, and he's never gotten the chance to go to a movie store. We used to have them, and a lot of the kids nowadays they don't get that experience to go pick out a movie and that's something, who knows, maybe I'll start my own dairy bar and movie store.
I missed that. It was fun, going and picking out your movie and getting your goodies and going home and popping it in and watching it in person, super fun.
It was a different experience, man. And what's crazy, it's really not been that long ago, but I mean, you got the red box, the video on demand now, everything's so... just, I guess, at your fingertips. There's not much effort has to be, going out to say, let's go get us a pizza and run down to Family Video and rent a scary movie. That was my childhood,
But I got to tell you, I do like a good binge watch.
Yeah.
That's always pretty fun, too.
What have you binged on lately?
3 in the morning, I have to go to bed. I want to watch more.
What's the latest thing you've binge watched?
I'm watching Dahmer.
That's the last thing I binge watched. I mean, I sat down, I guess it was on a Friday night. I watched 4 episodes and didn't want to go to sleep, but I had to. And man, oh man, if you've not finished that one yet, you are. Evan Peters, gosh, oh man, he killed it.
He is so amazing in it. Oh my gosh.
I mean, he was more Dahmer than Jeffrey Dahmer. It was crazy. And Lionel, his dad, that guy did an amazing job too. All the actors, all the victims, everybody in that. It was because when I was like 10 years old, I don't know if you guys ever seen it or not. There was the first Jeffrey Dahmer movie that came out was like, it looked like it was made about $50 bucks, and it was downright creepy, man. It was bloody, gory. I mean, it was just
As it should be, because
right.
it's a true story.
Yes, but this, it looks so real because I guess not much money was put into it, which is the way I like it. I like the older movies that didn't. I can't stand the CGI. I like a lot of practical effects. I'm more along those lines and stuff. But that original Jeffrey, I think Carl Crew played him, and it came out in '94, I think. And it was just a big controversial. A 10-year-old shouldn't have been watching it, I'll tell you that. But yeah, Dahmer, that's what I binge watched.
Where were your parents?
Okay, so I would go down to my grandparents, and I had free reign. If it wasn't Color of Night with Bruce Willis, I was watching some other things I probably shouldn't have been watching at the time. But you guys, like I said, I can't thank you guys for enough for being on here.
So you guys, Vengeance Bloodlines 2, it will be premiering on YouTube October 6th.
Yes.
So
7 p.m. October 6th Pacific time. We have our premiere tomorrow. So if you're in the Washington State area and you want to go to the premiere with the cast and crew, come watch it with us.
Come watch it with us.
You can find your tickets on Eventbrite. Otherwise, go check it out on YouTube on October 6th. Real Fiction Studios channel.
Man.
My Instagram is Darcy Demoss 19. Check it out. Come say hello to us. What's your Instagram?
The Jason Brooks Official.
So come say hi on Instagram. We're going to be posting lots and lots of photos from the premiere, and we're super excited about Vengeance. Bloodline.
It couldn't. I mean, I'm excited for you guys, and I hope this keeps growing because the expanding on the Friday the 13th universe is something that us fans really appreciate, man, because it's things that we are deprived from. It's storylines that we're like, man, I wish they would have went like this, and now they're able to happen with talented actors and alumni from the movie. So, I mean, thank you guys, basically. And before we get off here, I've got 5 questions, quick questions. First, for you, Darcy, your favorite horror icon, not Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees, sorry.
All right, Jason Brooks. She's not going to give me any. She's giving me Jason Voorhees, and that's a final answer.
Jason Voorhees.
Right. You asking for mine?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Jason, of course, is always first. It's a toss-up. I got a Pinhead or Michael.
Gotcha. Pinhead, underrated, man. A lot of people.
Very, very underrated.
Yes. Very, very sadistic. All right. Favorite horror franchise?
That's a given.
well, listen. This is all these questions are supposed to be other than.
Part 2.
I don't think you're going to get very far with those.
No, it's definitely been 2 strikes so far. Okay, Tales from the Dark Side or Tales from the Crypt?
Tales from the Crypt.
Crypt, gotcha. And I know what Dara's going to say, but I'm going to ask you, my man, the final question. Which Friday the 13th has the best soundtrack?
Oh.
Part 6.
I agree with you.
We've got Alice Cooper. We've got...
Felony?
Oh, come on.
Part 6, man, was the MTV era. I mean, it's like if MTV made one, that was what it was. I mean, Alice Cooper, I just watched him back in October up here at the Exposition Center, and he had Jason Voorhees come on stage during his back, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, good luck with Vengeance. Thank you guys for coming on. Don't want to hold you too long. Darcy,
thank you so
as
much.
Beautiful as always. Jason, keep stabbing away, my man. And
thank you so much.
You guys have there you go. You guys have a fun and exciting time tomorrow night, and God bless you, boys.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.